Hello and welcome to Rallying the Forge. I am Solimer, and we have some awesome stuff for you in this episode. We're going to be talking about Wizards and Warlocks, the new Legendary Drop set that's coming in just over a week now, I guess. We're going to talk about the SFCS, go through that stuff like we normally do. We'll talk JedForge Competitive Circuit, Creature Chaos event, and whatever else we might have. I also do have a spoiler for you from the Wizards and Warlocks set. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be in the middle of all this. So let's look at... Well, let's do what I always do. Remind you that the Battle Pass is going to end next week when the new set is patched in. The new Battle Pass will be there. Everything on here will be gone. If you didn't claim it, you'll lose it. So make sure you claim your rewards. You can see I'm almost done with mine. I should be done before this weekend. I'll get my stuff claimed. And then, not sure what else is going to be changing in the store or not. See if we can see. There's no event in the system right now. So I don't know if that means there's not going to be an event coming up. Previously, they had a countdown for the event. So I don't know if there's going to be no event this coming weekend. If they're going to pause it for next week with the new set, they might have an event. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. So that's everything in the game, really. We can go ahead and look at the news on the website. And you see we've got some articles to cover. So may have shown this before, may not have. I don't recall if I did or not, but they have their article announcing the release of it. It's going to have all 4 factions, 2 new living Forgeborn. Curious how that's going to be, if that's going to be, when they had some new Forgeborn in set 4, they were the Blighted Forgeborn, but they could be in any faction. Killian was Aloyan only. The new Sunder, one per faction, and then we'll see how this works out. We don't know yet. We don't have that info. Then we have some other info. He's got the events there. Okay, so not much information there other than it's going to start on the 25th. The next article. Oops, I'm not at the top here. He's going over a couple cool things about the set. Mage is one of the most common creature types in the game. A whole lot of different cards that can show up in your deck. He talks about their lack of synergy with each other, besides a handful of spells and Tempest and a couple creatures. There aren't a lot of cards that care about Mage creature type. So they came across this issue when they were developing this, and they have some cool, interesting things that are going to go on here. So, something they noticed is, in a mage set, people want more spells, so they're going to add more spells. No deck in Wizards and Warlocks will have less than 3 spells, and the max number of spells has also increased to 7 for this drop, with about 1% of all decks having 7 spells. That's 1 in 100. Okay, it's a really low rate, which is fine because you don't want it to be overpowered, but those decks are going to be very desirable. Assuming that you get good spells and good creatures with them. But also not less than 3 spells is also really nice, because you don't know how many 1 and 2 spell decks I have that are just shelved because it's just not enough balance. It's too many creatures. Unless you're pairing it with previously a 6 spell deck to try to balance that out. Yeah, it was a problem. So, so that is new for this set. And then it says, out of the 10 cards in your faction deck, at least 2 of them will be mages, and 1 will be a spell from the Wizards and Warlocks pool. We really enjoyed the increased rate of betrayers and the chance to get 2 of them in one deck with axes and allies. So that spell slot has a 50% chance of being a betrayer from one of the other faction's spell list. With this expansion will be a new battle pass. Again, we already talked about that. 2 new Living Forgeborn, 4 new legendaries, and 4 new spells. So the Wizards and Warlock pool of spells is going to be more than just the 4 new spells. There's going to be 4 new rare spells. You got 4 new legendary creatures, 2 new Living Forgeborn. That's awesome. The spell pool, I don't know how large it's going to be, what they're going to pick from all the spells to... obviously I would think the ones that were Dino-based, Scientist-based, and Warrior-based are not going to be included in this pool. But there's a lot of other spells out there, a lot of really good spells out there. This could be really game-breaking, changing, depending on what spells they choose. So, really curious to see what that ends up being. And then he puts in the bottom, what would you like to see in the next Battle Pass? Who do you think the new Living Forgeborn will be? Hop in our Discord and discuss. Stay tuned to articles coming out this week. So this article was the 16th. And then also he has the event list that we're going to get to, so that kind of wraps up the Wizards and Warlocks thing. So let me show you the spoiler I have for Wizards and Warlocks. I have one of the 4 spells. If I can pull it up here. Okay. So we have Forced Revival Necrium. Level 1, reanimate a level 1 creature. Level 2 is a level 2 creature. And level 3 is a level 3 creature. To me, that's just really good. Obviously, if you miss it, trying to get it caught back up on curve. But otherwise, it's just a really good spell, right? Reanimating a creature is really great. You get to choose what you're reanimating. But you can't keep pulling the same creature back if you have a really good... so you can't do like Mantis shenanigans where you're always reviving the level 1 Mantis, because that's where the Forgeborn power that you're trying to use is at. So you do have to keep going up another level of a creature, but otherwise could be a really, really good spell. I think it's I don't think it's broken, but definitely strong, and this is going to be one of the spells in the pool that you can get as a betrayer in any of the other factions as well. So really cool card, really could be really good in my opinion. We'll see how this plays out with everything else. We don't know. I don't know yet. I haven't seen anything about any of the other spoilers for who has them and who's releasing them. So this is the first one I know of, and so I'm curious to see what the other factions have for their spell as well. That's going to be able to betray into other factions. So pretty cool, really awesome. Yeah. So let's talk events here on this calendar list. We'll also look at the calendar too and some other things. So Tuesday we have the Ready Set Rumble 8 a.m. That's already passed. We have the Fractal beginner friendly at 6 p.m. That'll be passed by the time this is released. Then we have Wednesday, we have the Legacy qualifier at 6 p.m. Then we have Wednesday game night. Thursday is the 100X SFCS 5 qualifier at noon. Friday, you have at 10 p.m. Think Green free decks. And Sunday at 3 p.m. Think Green free decks. There's also something not listed on here that's going to be potentially the SolForge SFCS event on Saturday at 4 p.m. That's going to be ran through Challenge, I think, but we don't have a link for it yet, and it wasn't posted up yet. So we will see what happens with that. I'll talk about that in just a minute here. Pull it over. So if you go to the SolForge Fusion website, go to the events and search up events, you're going to see SolForge sealed events up here, and it's still not working. It's broken. You can't purchase tickets. So what's going to happen is, to the best of my understanding, subject to change, is they're going to run the sealed event through Challenge. They're going to have 20 signups available, first come, first serve. They're going to give out the boosters for free to everyone who participates. So if you want a free Beakers and Bones booster, come play in the sealed event on Saturday. Sign up, show up, get a booster code, and participate. So be on the lookout for that. That link is not created yet. So as soon as it is, you'll have to rush to get signed up. But these events here are not working. If they do start working randomly, I would wait to purchase your ticket to find out if they're going to switch back over to this or what they're going to do. So it is early in the week. There's a possibility that they get this fixed before then. But my guess is probably not. They don't have a great track record, this third-party company. So just want to put that out there. So you'll see this, but don't sign up here. Look for the challenge link. So SFCS, of course, we have these events were already done. We have coming up the Fractal here. You can see people can still sign up. We have Legacy, which is tomorrow evening. And then the week after that, they've got one before. This will be one of the last ones before the finals on the 27th. You can see there's no 100X link here. There's no SolForge link here. They should be coming. We can see the calendar here. You can see they're listed. Everything that's listed here, you assume that's going to happen. SolForge is not listed. They did not put one on the calendar yet. We will see if that happens or not, or if it's just going to be word of mouth. We'll figure that out. So that's everything with the SFCS. You can see here the championship is on the 27th at noon. And the last qualifier is on the 26th at noon with 100X. And there's not a whole lot of other qualifiers left. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 qualifiers left. If you haven't qualified, I highly recommend getting signed up and playing. There's a good chance you'll qualify in at least one of those if you play in, say, even half of them. So a lot of people have already qualified, so should be able to easily get qualified if you do half decent in any of these. Of course, on the 27th at noon, you'll be, and we'll probably go over this next week's video, beginning of the week, but you get a sealed deck code. You have to record the opening, post the video up on Discord, use those decks to play with, and you do however many rounds they're going to do, 3 or 4, and so on and so forth. So really great event. They haven't had one. They did not have one last month because they extended out the season to be 2 months. They're going to match it to the seasons in the game with the battle pass and everything else going. So this will wrap up that one, and then the new season will start the following week, and it'll run for 2 months, is my guess at this point. So again, that's the Google Calendar. So that's SFCS. Let's talk JedForge Competitive Circuit number 2. It's ongoing. We have Traveler and the Upside Down in the semifinals. Winner advances to the finals. Loser heads to the final round of the losers bracket to see if they get to go back and try again against whoever they lost to, or if they get eliminated. In the losers bracket side, we have Iron Bryce, who is in the round 5, waiting for the winner of myself and Namrog, which we will be playing at some point this week. Iron Bryce, of course, lost a very tight match with Traveler, and that was streamed on the battle stage. So we'll see, can Bryce get back to the winner's bracket in the finals against Traveler, or does Brandon upset Peter and Bryce maybe gets another shot at Peter in the loser's bracket here? But yeah, only a few matches left, and when when this wraps up, Jed will put up another one, and it'll be the first 16 to sign up. So be on the lookout for that as well. He normally announces it in the chat and the Discord when he does create it and post it up. As soon as we know, we'll put it up here as well. But keep watching for this. And then lastly but not least, we have the Creature Chaos event. The first round is done. We are going to be on week 2 now. Maybe next week, it'll be sometime next week, whether it's the first or second video of the week, I don't know yet. We'll do another little deep dive into this to see, based on the records, who is basically out from qualifying and who still has a chance. I would expect probably at least a third of the field to be eliminated by next week after 2 rounds have been done. We'll find out. I'll go through that with my chart that I made for everything, and I'll have some new percentages and opportunities for people in that regard. So we'll keep an eye on this. So round 2 has just started today. We just got our matchups, so we'll keep an eye on that. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot else. I do want to announce that my next video this week is going to be a very, very special one. I don't want to give away too many details. I have some work to do on the video myself, but basically I'll have collaborated with another person within the community, a highly regarded individual, and it's really their show. I'm just going to be presenting their information, and I'm going to add some things to it. And I'll be giving my opinion and feedback on it as well. I think it's going to be an episode everyone should want to watch if you are at all competitive in SolForge Fusion. If you're not, it may not appeal to you, but I think it's a really, really well done video that I'm going to be taking and kind of chopping up and putting together for a video for the community, along with some other additional graphics I've got to create yet. So be on the lookout for that video. I think I'm doing that Friday, but that may change. We'll see if I get it done, if I drop it early Friday, or if I have to do additional editing Friday evening and it'll be late Friday. But it should be out by the weekend, so be on the lookout for it. I'm looking forward to finishing that up and getting that ready to be pushed out to everybody. But look for that sometime Friday. Really, really going to be a really good episode, maybe one of my best episodes ever, because the person's content there, what they put together is pretty awesome. So looking forward to that. But otherwise, I don't really have anything else going on. Nothing else going on in game. Not a whole lot to talk about. Everything's kind of quiet. So we don't expect a patch this week because they're going to do one next week for the new set. So as soon as we have more info on stuff, we'll try to get it out there. It won't be in the next video for Railing the Forge. Like I said, it's going to be solely the one topic. And then we'll have 2 videos next week, of course, that we're going to be a lot of things to cover still, as always. So we'll just try to do what we can. And I do have other videos dropping throughout the week for Flames of the Forge and Legends of the Forge. So if you like watching those videos, those will be posted up as well. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys being here, and I look forward to seeing you guys in game. Take care.